It is now time for a weekend of evolutions, as it is about time to start using some of these special lures we got from the Jirachi Special Research. As I said, I believe earlier, today I'm going to focus on, based on the weather, we're going to use the Glacial Lure module. And I've selected a few of my Eevee that I'm going to evolve using that. That's not an Eevee, that's a Melmetal. We're going to scroll down. I just threw them in the evolutions team right here. We've got Normster, a 100% full IV Eevee. Cool. We have one of our shiny Eevee that we picked up during the community day back in the day. This one didn't get the exclusive move. In fact, this might be from other than the community day. I can't recall. But we also have a Flower Crown Eevee sitting at 448 CP. Those are the three I'm going to evolve into Glaceon. We're going to have our standard one, the 100%. I say standard. 100% is actually a little bit more than standard. But we also got a shiny Glaceon we'll be getting and a Flower Crown Glaceon as well. So without any further ado, I'm going to head on down towards, I think, this Pokestop, drop it at the Scotiabank, put that Glacial Lure, because I want to try to put it somewhere a lot more people can make use of it, and also near a gym so I can walk back and forth as I get some more healing items, but also trying to work on hatching some more unknown, if I'm lucky. See if I can get some more of these 10-kilometer eggs. I want to try to burn through as many of these incubators, the super incubators that I have, as I can this weekend to try to max out as many unknown as I can get, not just for myself, but if I get duplicates of some letters, I can trade them to people that don't happen to get themselves an unknown. Alright, all that being said, do we see a 10k egg? 5k. Okay. We're going to head down and drop that lure, and we're going to do some evolutions. How about that? Let's go start things right now. 48. Okay, also, by the way, turns out people have looked into this weird Turtwig silhouette thing. They've gone up to it, they've encountered it. It's been a standard Turtwig, so nothing amazing. Just a weird glitch, I guess. I mean, not like Pokemon GO hasn't had them in the past, right? Alright, so without any further ado, I'm going to drop the Glacial Lure module. First time using one of these special ones. And things are going to start spawning pretty quick, but I want to go ahead and evolve our Eevee really fast. So, what were those numbers again? 6 something, 5 something. Okay, 612. Let's go ahead and evolve. Guaranteed into Glaceon. There we go. I'm going to change the name from Normster to Chillster once we get some time after the lure is burned out. So what I'm going to do, evolve this little one right here. Wait and see what spawned, because I did hear the telltale spawning of a Pokemon. There's our first Glaceon in Pokemon GO. Very nice. I'm glad I waited, because if I had spent, coins and stuff, I mean, it would have been fine, but I like more story-based kind of idea where we got that lure based on our research. 514, evolve to shiny Glaceon. I guess I'll snag that Magikarp, and then we'll come back and evolve the last Eevee, and we'll have all of the Glaceon evolutions that we're going to go for. Now, shiny Glaceon is kind of one of those ones that doesn't look that different. I mean, it's still cool to have, but don't you prefer shinies that have a little bit more of a color difference to them? Generally, I do. Our Flower Crown Glaceon. I don't have any of the other Flower Crown evolutions yet. I wasn't sure what to evolve them into. I decided let's hang on to them and evolve them into these new forms when they come out. But I guess since we're going to get a bunch more from the Research Breakthrough boxes for 2 months, I can evolve some more Flower Crown Eevee into their other forms. Especially the random ones that we don't know what we're going to get. Standard. So I'm just going to go ahead, walk around, go from here to the gym, back and forth, collecting Pokemon, and if I see any shinies or anything amazing along the way, I'll pop back in and show you that as it happens. The glacial lure has just melted away, and in a very uncool showing, my phone, in all its infinite wisdom, decided to either not record that session, or it crashed at one point, the game crashed, the video didn't get saved. Either way, we don't have footage of all those evolutions we just did, but we're going to take a look at all of our Glaceon now. I'll see if I can get some screenshots for part of that footage. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it, but whatevers. So this is our first Glaceon that we did evolve up, Normster, who is going to be nicknamed Chillster instead, representing my Glaceon from, I think it was Pearl. I finally did some Eevee breeding. You can see here a perfect Glaceon. And we also evolved up a shiny Glaceon as well. This one, stat-wise, how are you looking? I think it was a 2-star? Yes, it was. Check that out. Attack, pretty close to maximum. We've got good defense and okay HP. We'll work with that. And I did evolve a nice Flower Crown Eevee into Glaceon as well. I believe this might have been, yeah, this was the one we got from the research breakthrough. I remember checking the date already. September 5th, a very fresh Eevee into Glaceon. Alright, so what we're going to do for now, hold off on any more major stuff. Let's see if I can tackle that level 3 raid down the way there. But the next focus we're going to be doing here is tomorrow during Hurricane Dorian. Supposed to be a lot of rain coming our way. Perfect time to drop the magnetic lure module somewhere, hopefully where there is some shelter to hide inside, and see what we can get for some evolutions of some more Sinnoh Pokemon and some more wild encounters through the lure system. So for now, we'll sign off. I'll be back in just a little bit with either the magnetic lure moduling of some spot around here or anything else amazing that happens between now and then. We're now kicking off Saturday, the 7th of September here, and I don't know if you can really see in the background, but yeah, Hurricane Dorian is here. Or if not here, it's definitely on the way. But fortunately, it's been down, what do you call it, downgraded from a Category 2 to a Category 1. And even that, the worst is going to be elsewhere in the Maritimes, down in Halifax. So all my Halifax friends down there, stay safe. Hopefully this is not too bad for you. In my part of the area, we have just a tropical storm warning. So, I mean, it's not that bad out. Still windy, rainy. I got my umbrella handy, and I'm going to... not going to do too much recording outside. My goal for this part of the video is to use that magnetic lure when I find a spot to stay sheltered. This is actually not a bad shelter, but I want to go somewhere where there's more people, and I have something in mind. So I'm going to use that magnetic lure, try to catch as many weather boosted things as possible, evolve my Magneton and Nosepass as well using the magnetic fields of the lure. But for the moment, I lost my fuzzy thing. 1 second. I think it just kind of blew away. I did get it. It's in my pocket. I don't want to put it back on right now in case it is the wind trying to steal it from me. But you should be able to hear me okay anyway, I hope. Anyway, quick little recap on what happened last night. I did manage to hatch another 10-kilometer egg. So get this little Shinx Xavier. Kind of was like, I want more unknown. But I can't really be too upset about this. It's a perfect Shinx, 100%. So, I mean... I guess if I had to get something other than an unknown, a perfect Pokemon is acceptable. But I also encountered a Team Go Rocket Grunt using, for the first time, a Rock-type Larvitar. When I caught this thing, turns out it is really good. And I haven't purified it yet. I purified everything else last night. I wanted to purify this on screen with you folks to show you. We're going to get a Larvitar that is 1 point from perfection, which is actually not that bad. I'm sure you know how IVs work. I don't need to point out that it's not bad. You know it's good. But let's take a quick look at this here. Tap, there we go. 1 point in defense away from perfection. That's pretty good. Again, I don't need to tell you that. Alright, so with that being said, what I'm going to do, I am actually heading somewhere for a special event. I'm going to be there starting at 2 o'clock, so I've got some time. I'm going to be heading to the Uptown area once again for all those Pokestops. See what I can do to hatch up some of these non-10K eggs. Try to get some more. And I think I've already said this, but just to recap, I want to burn through all 6 of these super incubators, only putting 10-kilometer eggs in those by the end of the weekend. If I get some unknown out of them, sweet. If not, at least I got the one for my Pokedex, I suppose. Alright, no more rambling required. We're going to go off and grab our bus coming in a little bit, and we're going to see what we can do for some unknown hatchings. Oh, hello, legendary egg. If we can manage to hatch some unknown. So I'm currently here at the Interaction School of Performing Arts, where we're holding Impossible Realities, a board game, card game, RPG, all sorts of fun game convention here, held twice a year in my hometown. But with the rain still coming down, I'm going to drop that magnetic lure here because fortunately this is a Pokestop. We're going to lure it up. I'm going to see what kind of special Pokemon can I find in the deep confines of the, I believe it was used to be a church or something. But we'll see what we can find as the lure draws in some Pokemon, including, actually, you know what? I got to do that right now because, make sure I'm recording this time. I am recording, okay. Because I have to evolve some Pokemon. So let's go ahead and drop a magnetic lure. The wind is crazy. Hopefully the rainy weather stays up. Let's go ahead and find, first of all, where is Screwball the Magneton? Because it is now time. 100 candy being spent to evolve into Magnezone. Also, don't let me forget, I gotta check the Pokedex entries for not only these new species here, but also Glaceon. But I'm gonna do that when I get away from some of this weather though. So we got ourselves Magnezone. Very cool. I didn't check the stats on this yet, but it's quite the weather out here, isn't it? People coming and going through the doors, and it is wild. Alright, so stat-wise, not terrible. But now let's find ourselves, where is Schnoz? There you are, Schnoz. Let's evolve for only 50 candy. Probopass. Isn't this cool? What do you guys think of Probopass? You know, I hear a lot of people think it's weird, which I'm not going to say it isn't, but I like it. It's just such a, it's a cool design. It's fun. Those mini noses floating around there. Boom, another new Pokedex entry. So we will check those momentarily, but let's just remind you what stats we're looking at. Not bad, almost max defense. Okay, so the first Pokemon we see is a Lotad for some reason. Let's wander around inside and see what we can find as far as more lured up Pokemon. It's now the morning of Sunday. We have another 10-kilometer egg hatching up. Do we see another unknown? Come on. No, but a Chingling. I think I need another one of those. That's not too bad. Check your stats. Pretty decent. Alright, so that's not the unknown we're looking for. If you can see behind me, I don't know how well we can see some of the devastation, but Hurricane Dorian kicked our butts. I'm going to see if I can get some footage of some of the trees here, but fortunately, a lot of the trees here in the historic King Square in my town seem to have made it through the storm. There is a bit of a site over that way. We're going to head over there, see if we can get some clips of that. I'll splice that in here. I saw some photos last night during the storm, and it did not look good. But I am happy to see it's not as bad as it seemed in those photos. So anyways, my goal for today is to read those Pokedex entries, but we're going to wait until after we do some more luring with that Mossy Lure module. Now, what we're going to do is check the old Pokemon. I have 4 Super Incubators left. I'm going to give myself 4 more chances to hatch myself 4 more unknown. So for today, my mission, keep walking, do as much walking as I need to try to get 4 more 10-kilometer eggs. I'll probably incubate them all at once. That way I'll hatch them all at once and show one big finale to this video. Once I get those 4 10Ks, hopefully, I'm going to drop that Mossy Lure somewhere in the central part of town. I'm thinking this stop down here, so more people can make use of it. It's part of the heart of the city. And see what we can do for some Mossy lured Pokemon to catch. But for now, let's wander. If anything amazing happens, I'll show you that. Otherwise, I'll check back in as we do either some hatchings or some Mossy Lure module Pokemon catching goodness. Now, as bad as that devastation may be, I mean, we didn't really have it the worst in the area. Down in Halifax, I saw some footage, not even Halifax, but like a lot of Nova Scotia, the whole province. I saw a lot of photos and videos being shared online, houses having their roofs blown off. I saw a video of a crane, a big, metal industrial crane being blown over and hitting against a building and falling apart. Nature is kind of scary sometimes. All right, on a lighter note, let's kind of shift gears here. Let's take a look at, not Pokedex, check my Pokemon, because some things did happen after I stopped recording, because with all that rain coming down, I didn't want to record outside. But I did actually, so I did encounter a silhouette Turtwig near the, the moose statue down by Market Square. So I thought, all right, yeah, it's raining, but I'm going to dip out there quickly. I went, caught it, checked it out, looked all over it. Doesn't seem to be different, so it does appear just to be some sort of weird visual glitch. As I say, is somewhat expected sometimes in Pokemon GO. And I thought it might have been somewhat related to Team Rocket now having Turtwig as their shadow Pokemon. And there was a Team GO Rocket, I forget their official name, right near the moose statue. So I battled them. Turns out they just had a Ralts. I caught it, but I guess there's no real big relation. It's just a weird visual thing. Anyways, nothing more to report at the moment, I don't think. So let's continue onward. See if I get some coins for the day too. And are there any simple raids we can take on? Any level 1s? I want to try to take on a level 1 raid with good old T1000, our shiny Lucky Meltan. See if we can get our shiny Lucky Mel medal in this video. Otherwise, let's do some more egg harvesting. At the moment, I have managed to hatch some eggs and pick up a couple of 10Ks, so I'm only 2 away from where I want to be to start incubating for our last chance for some more unknown. But we're under 50% for the battery, and I suppose I can get the eggs back home in my part of town. So before I run out of power completely, I think it is time. Wait a minute. 1 sec, I gotta choose the Pokemon I'm going to evolve. Hold on. Okay, now I think I'm ready. Okay, so we're going to pop open this lure module accepting slot thingy, put down the Mossy Lure, boom. Now, one thing I do want to try to get from this lure, I'm going to let that C-Dot go for now. I do believe Cherubi do come from the Mossy Lure, so I hope to get one of those. I don't know if you can hear me. Loud cars coming by this part of the area. Okay, so first things first, we're going to go to our Eevee. I've set the team here. We're going to get, where are you? Firster is the first one we're going to go with. Why did I close the Pokemon list? I don't know. I don't know how to do any of this stuff. All right, Firster, there you are. You are going to be our first of the Leafeon in Pokemon GO. You can't see me. It's too dark. There we go. I'm back. Did you miss me? All right, let's see our Leafeon. Now we're going to also evolve a shiny Eevee into shiny Leafeon and a Flower Crown as well. Which I guess the Flower Crown makes more sense for Leafeon than any of the others, being grass type, plant-like, you know. All right, there we go, our first. Let's check the stat. Well, we know what this is. You know what that star in front of the name Firster means? Perfect. And the CP is only 752, so you got a little bit of work to do to catch up to the rest of your Eevee brethren. All right, the next one we're going to evolve is our 434 Eevee, the shiny. Let's just check the stats here. Very nice, max HP, and the rest of the stuff ain't too bad either. So we're getting our shiny. So this is, other than Sylveon in Gen 6, we have all of the shiny Eevee now, or Eeveelutions, in Pokemon Go. Very cool. The wind is really whipping these trees around. I hope my audio recorder thing doesn't lose that fuzzy air blocking thing again. That's another Pokemon that doesn't look too different than the standard non-shiny version. The last evolution we're going to do is 158. I don't know what your stats are like. I did check just a moment ago. It is what it is. Boom, that's our third evolution we're doing for this one right now. I will recap the Pokedex entries once we're done catching all these lure spawn Pokemon. In fact, I should be paying attention. What if our Cherubi has always shown up and we haven't had a chance to catch it because of all these evolutions? I think we'll hopefully, maybe, perhaps, possibly be somewhat okay-ish. Alright, so that being the case, look, our Mossy Lure conjured up a Remoraid. Alright, so let's see what all we can find during this Mossy Lure session. So I'm kind of forgetful. I almost forgot to do this part here, but I did promise you some new Pokedex entries. I've been waiting eagerly for this, even though I'm sure you've probably read these yourself. But let's see. The first we evolved was Glaceon, the fresh snow Pokemon. It can instantly freeze any moisture that's around it, creating ice pellets to shoot at its prey. Sounds cool. Alright, next we evolved up, I believe it was Screwball, our Magneton, into Magnezone, the magnet area Pokemon. There are still people who believe that this Pokemon came from outer space. It emanates, you ever hear a Pokedex fumble like that? It emanates a powerful magnetic field. I wonder, they should do a thing where if you have a Magnezone with you, it's like a magnetic lure. You should be able to evolve other things such as Probopass, the compass Pokemon. It uses 3 small units, called mini noses by the way, to catch prey and battle enemies. The main body mostly just gives orders. And looks very stylish with that nice stash, right? Alright, the final one we evolved was our Eevee into Leafeon, the verdant Pokemon. It gets its nutrition from photosynthesis. It lives a quiet life deep in forests where clean rivers flow. And those are the 4 new entries to our Pokedex. Now back to your regularly scheduled video right now. Eventually that Mossy Lure did dry up, and I don't know who was lying to me out there, but I didn't get no Cherubi from that thing. Of course, luck is a thing in the world of Pokemon Go, so I guess I'll have to wait and hatch my 5th Cherubi to add one to the team. But all that being said, what else happened today? Okay, well, one of the cool things I did get from that nice Mossy Lure was, I caught a Butterfree, that was cool, but that's not what I'm talking about. See this Shuckle with the star, the favorite star? So, as it turns out, I happened to lure up a perfect Shuckle. I mean, when you want perfect Pokemon, isn't Shuckle the first species you think of? But what's interesting is, let's do this. I'm going to look up Shuckle. Whoops, if I can spell it correctly. Let's do Shuck. And let's say, we're going to say 4-star. That's actually my 2nd perfect Shuckle that I've gotten in Pokemon Go. And this is the first time I've actually gotten the same species. Well, I should say the same species that has no other forms or other evolutions more than once as far as perfects go. And that kind of is a bit of a dilemma, because initially when I first started getting some of these 4-star Pokemon, my first thought was, I've already got, for example, a Pidgey, you know, a Pidgeot Chirp. So if I got a 4-star Pidgey, I was thinking I'll hang on to it, because if trading ever becomes a thing, because this is before trading was in the game, I can trade it to a fellow Pokemon player who might, you know, get better use out of it, because I've got Chirp my Pidgey, I'm happy with him, so I can get a 4-star traded away. And then they introduced trading, and it's like, sweet, all these 4-stars I can give to people. And then we find out, exactly the same time, that trading randomizes the stats again. So I mean, there's really no point to trade a 4-star away, because they're not going to be a 4-star anymore through trading, and so I guess I'll just hang on to both of those Shuckle. They're nice little collection pieces. However, another thing that did occur, what happened after that was burned out. I think even before that, let me see. I gotta remind myself. Well, I did battle a Raikou raid with some people. Didn't get the shiny, but I had another Raikou to the team. But I did encounter some Team Go Rocket grunts that had Hitmonchan. They start off with their first, their intro line of, "This buff physique isn't something about buff physique," and 2 of them back to back had Hitmonchan. So the fighting type Pokemon or Shadow Pokemon are in the game now. It's kind of funny because there is currently only, I believe, Hitmonchan as far as fighting species go. So if you find a fighting type Team Go Rocket Grunt trainer, they're gonna have nothing but those Hitmonchan for now, at least, until more fighting types get added in. And what else happened that's interesting? Not really too much. Now, I did go ahead and bite the bullet. I incubated 2 of the 10-kilometer eggs that I had from the day, because I do have a feeling that Niantic has adjusted the rates of getting 10-kilometer eggs. Talked to a number of people about it. They said they too were experiencing a lack of 10K eggs, which, excuse me, if it is the case, it's not really the nicest thing to have done, because the only way to get rid of eggs is to incubate. Now you get 1 free incubator, the rest you have to buy. So to free up space of the non-10K eggs, you would have to spend money to get incubators to get rid of those eggs, because you can't just toss eggs out. So as a business idea, it's a good way to make money, but as far as the player base goes, it's a little somewhat bit underhanded, I'm going to say. And that's what it feels like to me after having to struggle so much to get these eggs. Look how much I've walked this week. 78 kilometers. Most weeks I'm lucky to hit my 50. That's an extra 28 on top of that. And all that being said, I've only gotten 2 unknown to say or to show for it. The last 2 eggs that I did hatch, the ones that I had throughout the day, were a Beldum. I didn't even check your stats. Beldum, and a Feebas, Stats aren't even perfect, which I would have preferred. But with all that being said, I've got 2 more 10Ks incubating right now. I did happen to pick them up before calling it a day, because I think I've walked enough for this week. So I think this is the right time to end off the video, because I'm tired. I want to finish things up. Plus, I got to get this edited and show you folks some of my adventures in the world of Pokemon Go and all the fun therein. Now, what's going to come of those 2 other eggs, you may be wondering? Well, you're not going to find out in this video. But if you do want to follow me on Instagram or Twitter, or both, I have them both linked in the description for you to check out whenever I have short little updates like an egg hatching or an evolution or something, which I didn't get to evolve the T1000 yet. I'm going to hope to do that tomorrow. I do have a raid pass for today, the free one I'm going to use for tomorrow. I'll get tomorrow's free one I can use. Hopefully I'll find a nice little level 1 raid for our good buddy T1000 to take down and evolve up. And I'll be showing on Twitter and Instagram as well if it happens. But get ready, because tomorrow, I shouldn't say tomorrow, well, tomorrow for me, but this Monday at, it's going to be the 9th of September at 5 p.m. Atlantic time, Google up whatever time that is in your time zone, is when the special week 2 of our Ultra Bonus Unlock happens. So, in addition to Deoxys appearing in every level 5 raid for this week, all 4 forms are going to be available. We're also going to be able to hatch regional Pokemon from Gen 1, Tauros, Kangaskhan, Farfetch, and Mr. Mime, from gift eggs, which you can get from friends as they send you the gifts, and the shinies are being released as of 5 o'clock on Monday, well, 5 Atlantic time. So, all that being said, I've got to keep saving coins. What am I at for coins right now? Whoops. I am at 13.15, and I want to try to buy this box. That means it's 4 more days of getting, well, not even my full 50 coins, but 4 more days if I get my full 50 coins every day. I guaranteed get 1480 at least to be able to get this box. And I'm going to get 15 super incubators and 2 regular incubators. That's going to be a lot of chances to be getting some of those shiny regionals. Now, all my rambling aside, it's time to end off this video. before I do, I want to ask you folks, how did the unknown event for the Johto Journey, week 1 of our Ultra bonus unlock, how did all that go for you? Did you get an unknown? If so, how many did you get? Which letters did you get? Of course, U, L, T, R, and A were the unknown forms we had available in the eggs. So hopefully things went better for you, but at least as well for you as they did for me. At least you hopefully got one unknown for your Pokedex entry, but hopefully you got a lot more than just the one. And did you hatch anything else amazing? Like you saw, I hatched that perfect Shinx, I caught a perfect Shuckle, so I had some pretty good luck. I suppose I shouldn't complain too much. It's just when those eggs don't show up when you know they used to show up more often, it's a bit of an irksome little thing. Anyway, all that complaining aside, it's time to end off, and hopefully things go for you well for you in the week 2 of our Ultra bonus unlock, with the regional Pokemon being shiny in the eggs. Alright, it's time for me to go lay down. Well, first edit, then lay down. I'm done. Alright, thank you folks for watching. Professor Chaz is signing off, and I will catch you next time.